Hey, Server Slam's done. We can all go home. Get the fuck out of here. The Marathon Server Slam is well and truly over. And before it releases, I have some closing thoughts in my lovely brain of mine. Let me start by saying I'm very, very mixed on the game as a whole, but I'm confident. I'm definitely confident. I believe in these devs. So I'm going to talk about the good things first. Then we're going to talk about the not so good things before talking about what needs to change and if I'll even pre-order the game. So starting with the good, oh my god, you know I have to talk about the art direction. It's among the best I've ever seen from a video game. The colors are stunning, the greens especially just really pop out. The different factions as well are super interesting. I really like the Midas faction because gantry is really interesting and the neon aesthetic is so sleek. All the graffiti as well, I really like it. They did a great job with the factions. The guns also feel amazing. I mean, this is Bungie. They made Destiny and Halo some of the best gunplay in modern times, in my opinion. I've used a lot of different guns and I've enjoyed most of them, especially the triple barrel shotgun, which is probably overtuned, but it's super fun. The snipers are great. The attachments are very diverse. So with your marksman rifles, you can put a long scope, you can put a short scope. It works great. PvE for the most part is a fun experience for now. I can see it getting a little bit repetitive because there aren't too many different enemy types. I mean, you've got the regular soldiers, the tanky shield guys, the invis scouts, drones, spiders, turrets, and the warden boss enemy who creates duplicates of themselves, which sounds like a lot of enemies until you play the game for a few hours and you've kind of seen it all. However, shooting the guns is fire. It's good. The factions themselves are super fun and the progression I found was quite rewarding. The idea of getting upgrades by farming rep is especially interesting and builds on that power fantasy. It gives you something to play for. I hope this will sort some of my other quarrels with the game, which I'll get to shortly, but at a baseline, upgrading your faction, your skill trees is rewarding. I like that. The lore and story of this game's world is intriguing and makes me as a player want to learn more about it, which interlinks perfectly with the codex, where you can read about the lore of different factions, different colonies. You can read about Mars and Earth, and it's really cool. I like the whole concept in the opening cinematic. It's really entertaining. And lastly, for the positives, the game runs well. My game crashed maybe once or twice after 10 hours of gameplay. The performance as a whole was really good, and yeah, it was solid. There's not much to say about that. Okay, I got some bullet points for negatives here. This might get a little bit rambly, but that's what you're here for. So the first and biggest negative, in my opinion, is the movement. I have so many issues with the movement. My favorite FPS game is The Finals, which, don't even argue, it's got the best movement out of any FPS game. So maybe I'm used to just having insane movement. This movement feels so sluggish, and I hope that the faction upgrades fix this a little bit, because the heat system, so if you don't know, your stamina is instead heat, and the more heat you gain, you know, you overheat, and then you like can't sprint or double jump or any of that stuff, which works well in theory, but I think in practice your heat just goes down so slowly, it's frustrating. Additionally, the clamber height is way too low. If I was able to clamber maybe like a meter, 2 meters higher than I already am, then it would be great. I'd have no problems with it. But you really have to like roll your face into a wall to clamber up something that's slightly taller than you. And if you double tap space and you're not clambering, then it'll probably use your movement and then you'll get a bunch of heat and then you're fucked. Yeah, the movement sucks. I'm sorry, it sucks. Especially when you do clamber something, then you jump again, you can often get caught on objects. You get caught on objects, like it's not fun. When the time to kill is this slow, if you get stuck on an object, you're just dead. You are dead. So they need to sort out the movement. Next up is abilities. Each different shell has a different tactical and a lethal ability, none of which I'm really that sold on. I think the passives are great. Keep the passives for sure. But the abilities, I haven't had fun with them. not really. I like the Vandals lethal, where it just slows heat generation like really well, so you can actually move like you're playing the finals. That's a good ability. The shield guy, the shield sucks. It draws no aggro. You can't shoot behind it. It breaks relatively fast. It's just not great. The lethal's good, but again, it's just not that enjoyable. It's just rockets that fly out sometimes. I haven't played a lot of the other shells, so I can't speak for everyone, but I don't think that the abilities work very well with the moment-to-moment gameplay, in my opinion. Instead, let me pick my abilities. Okay, yeah, we're playing a extraction shooter. Let me pick my abilities. Let me loot an ability. Don't give me a class. I know this is never gonna happen, but I just want to be able to pick my abilities. Okay, I'm gonna move on because I could talk about that for a while. Next is the loot. I'm not fully sold on the loot. I mean, I get it, you know, I understand how the loot works. It was very confusing at the start. There's so many like consumables and scrap, it's hard to tell what's valuable and what isn't. It's not very rewarding to me as a player. When I play Escape from Tarkov and I get a Bitcoin, I feel like I'm on cloud 9. I'm like, oh my god, this is a crazy item. But I get something of similar rarity in this game, and I'm like, what is this? Is this good? Like, it doesn't fill me with that same dopamine. The loot doesn't make my neurons activate as much, so to speak. Next is the time to kill. I think the time to kill is a little bit too short. I know, like, most people are going to be running with, you know, terrible shields, so maybe their shield absorbs none of the damage and you just insta die, but I think it's a little bit too fast. Arc Raiders got this perfect. I've got a lot of hours in Arc Raiders, and I really like how you can be caught with your pants down, literally like pissing in a bush, and you can just zip that shit up, run, and you live. But in this game, it's like, I'm running, someone shoots me, I'm dead. Sometimes it feels super unfair, like you've got no time to react, like I'm playing Escape from Tarkov, but I don't want to be playing Escape from Tarkov. I want to play a game that's a little bit more fair, just a little bit. So I think increasing the time to kill or increasing the durability of the shields that you use in the game would make this much better, because at the moment it feels like the shields absorb nothing. Okay, we're nearly done with the negatives. So next is the map layout. I don't have a huge problem with the map layouts. The thing I do have a problem with is the way that they block the paths between point A and point B. On the starter map, Perimeter, there's a giant tunnel in the middle of the map, and to go from one side of the map to the other, you have to pass through this little tunnel, and it's such a boring way of forcing PvP interactions. It means that you're running around for so long just to get where you want to get to. And, you know, you've got that added risk of player interaction, but the way it's just so forcefully done is frustrating, and it's very campable. There's a lot of campable spots. Not that I ran into any campers, but I'm just saying for the future release, I think it's going to get very monotonous to traverse the map like this. It's the same with the swamp map. You've got these giant, like, almost curtains of unpassable terrain, so you have to follow this, I don't even know what to call it. It's like this wall, like a light ray of a wall, and you just have to follow it around until it opens up and you can get to the area you want to get to. Again, I've actually got into so many fights just walking along this wall, because I'm like, bro, I just want to get inside the wall. Why am I having to walk around so far? It's frustrating, and it's not good map traversal. Just let me go where I want to go, please. Like, as a player, holy shit. Lastly, this is somewhat similar. It's formulaic interactions. I've played the game for probably 5 to 10 hours, and I've got a good gist of how it works. You will spawn in, preferably with a team, and you'll be next to a point of interest. You go to the point of interest, you loot the area, you do the PvE stuff, you kill the PvE baddies, and then you leave that area. And it's in that transitory period that you run into another team. For example, you'll be running from place A to place B, and either during that running period you will run into another team, or you will get to that place and you'll see that a team is already doing PvE and you surprise them by fighting them. This has happened almost every game. It's very formulaic, it's the same thing, and again I think it's going to get a little bit monotonous, a little bit boring to just, you know, like, come on, let's just get to the bit I want to already. It's not exactly a negative, it's more of an observation, but it can become a negative very, very fast. So, I don't know, switch it up. Spawn 2 teams right next to each other. Fuck it, bro. Do something interesting. I'm sick of just spawning in, looting the place, leaving, then getting in a fight. I think that's everything I wanted to say about the negatives. There's probably more, but I'm gonna leave it there for now. So, am I gonna pre-order this game? Fuck. Yes. Yeah, no, I think I am. I think I will, because the game comes out on my birthday, fun fact. Initially, I wasn't going to pre-order it because I'm a student, money's pretty tight, and it's £35 that I'd rather spend, you know, somewhere else, buying my girlfriend a meal, buying a hat, something to keep me warm in this cold, rainy weather. But ultimately, I had a lot of fun playing the Server Slam, and I found it enjoyable, so therefore, I think I will get the game. I think it's as simple as that. I honestly came into this thinking, I don't know if I'm going to pre-order the game, but talking about this out loud did make me realize that I do enjoy the game. And I think with a few improvements, it will be a really good game. And also, remember, Destiny died for this. This is what Destiny died for, so it has to be good. They're not just gonna put this game out and leave it. They're gonna put their fucking soul into this, trust me, because Destiny died for this. They're gonna listen to player feedback. They're gonna make sure this is a fire game. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. I hope you give this game a chance. If you played the Server Slam, let me know. But I think I'm gonna pre-order the game. So I'll see you on March 5th on my birthday. Make sure you say happy birthday. And yeah, I hope this video was entertaining, informative, whatever it needed to be. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.